This cuts to the heart of whether there is real change here or whether we are witnessing the beginning of a swamp by another name. Now, during those many speaker votes, I think we have this in full. Let's get a look at that. You had McCarthy talking to people, waiting, finally getting the gavel. During those many votes, there was intense interest in the deal that ended the impasse. In public, McCarthy made concessions in that rules package that got him up to what you see there, his final ascension to Speaker after many votes. Now, everyone could read those rules. But then there were reports of a secret side deal laying out other concessions for the hardliners, like this mysterious secret 3-page deal that's a secret to this day. Now, it matters if House Republicans are making those deals by now governing in secret. But then I want you to have all the information we had going into the interview. There were outlets like Politico that quoted officials saying it was a mirage of a backroom deal that doesn't seem to exist. Now, if you follow the news, we've all been there. You read a few articles and you say, well, which is it? Is there some secret deal that ended the largest speaker clash in a century? Or is that like a rumor and there wasn't that kind of deal? And those D.C. reporters tried to get the answers, but they may not have had the hardliners on record. Again, Gaetz has not been pressed on the tension between running on government transparency and then striking secret deals as really his first big move in the majority. So I pressed him on that, and then he made some news, confirming for the first time the side deal exists in writing. Point blank, Congressman, have you or your staff seen this additional agreement in writing in any form?
Yeah, it took multiple forms. There was specifically a side-by-side sheet where we made offers to McCarthy. There were some offers he accepted, some he modified, some he rejected, just like you'd see in any negotiation.
So why
the McCarthy committed to
I'll let you continue, but the question where I'm going is, why keep that secret?
What are your questions? I'm happy to tell you any element. I'm actually quite proud of the work product, so it's no secret at all.
It's no secret at all. A deliberate DJ Khaled Drake quote? Probably not. We're not sure. But after all this time, there is a secret deal. That's the actual headline, which means McCarthy is doing things with his power, with your taxpayer dollars, to appease the hardliners, and he won't admit it in public, even though the paper exists. So before I bring Howard Dean in, this is the other key part. I asked Gaetz about the transparency, the hypocrisy, releasing the deal, which he now explained, the thing he's proud of, the deal, he doesn't have a copy. Why not have you and your colleagues who negotiated it just release what was agreed to at the time in writing?
Again, I have no objection to that. I don't know that I still have a copy because we were able to resolve a lot of these things with committee appointments, with the floor schedule on the votes, and with the passage of the rules package.
The thing you say you're proud of and that you won, you just didn't keep a copy of?
I know it, Ari. I'm here telling it to you.
We heard from Mr. Gaetz. We gave him time for his perspective, back and forth. Now we hear from someone from a different perspective. Howard Dean ran the Democratic Party, ran for president, ran the state of Vermont. Doctor, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
As you know, I try to start by taking things on the level and dealing with them. It matters if there was no deal. Turns out, now confirmed by Mr. Gaetz on the record on MSNBC, there is a secret deal. He says he lost his copy. Your response?
He's trying to give George Santos a run for his money. This is a guy who, as Emily said previously, loves attention. He'll do anything to get it, and you just gave him some. So he's going to say whatever it takes to keep him in the news. He doesn't care what he says.
We, I should mention, followed up on this, and other outlets, Politico, have been looking at this. We asked House GOP leaders and some of the Gaetz allies if they still had their copy, if they would provide it, and they didn't. And Howard, I'm curious what you think, because you've been around politics for so long. There may be the bad faith actors who, as you say, want attention or lie. Then there's a lot of other people, what we might call your old school Rockefeller Republicans or independents. They might believe that the new Republicans want to be more transparent or want to hold government accountable that way. I made the analogy to SEC or FBI or agencies he might have issues with and say, well, you got to put up or shut up here. What does it mean to you? And do you think it's something that should be actually really tackled if these folks say they're running on transparency and then they want to govern in secret?
All right. These people are essentially authoritarians. They don't care. They don't want you to know anything. They'll say whatever it takes. I mean, they're not that different than Putin. and they like Putin. So these are dangerous people. I think Matt is sort of a tool in their hands, but there are people in that Congress who mean America harm. And I think there are also some Republicans who want to make sure that doesn't happen. And so it's going to be really fascinating to see what happens when they try to handcuff some of the members. There's been some pushback. And I don't think the American people are going to vote for these people. They barely won the House this time. And if it hadn't been for a bunch of screw ups in New York, we would have. And having these people on television, you can have them on once in a while. I wouldn't give much of a platform because they mean evil for the country.